Are we live?
Yes.
Okay, so hello everyone. I am Prajjwal Mishra and I am a 21-year-old blogger from West Bengal, India. I started blogging when I was just 14 years old, and in my journey in blogging and internet marketing, I have used expired domains extensively. And this session is all about expired domains, and I see we have 51 people waiting. So I'll start by sharing my screen. So Business ETC is a website where I will be sharing about my blogging and personal finance journey to share with the world and inspire people. So in this webinar, we are going to cover all the basics of expired domains. As some of you might know that I have just pushed out a guide on expired domains. And in this guide, I'm going to cover all the basics of expired domains. Like I have been getting a lot of questions from newbies about what they should be doing, how I am doing it, and it was becoming very repetitive to really respond to everybody. So I decided to come up with this guide, and this is one of the websites which I made. It was This is a 2-year-old website now, which is passively bringing in $1,000 to $1,500 per month. So since we have 51 people over here, I would really like to know where you guys are from, and do we have anybody from outside India? Okay, it won't be super long. So, if there are any questions from people, Faiz and Vinay are here with me. They will be telling me about whatever you ask, and you can post them in the comments of the YouTube video directly. So, I'll start directly with this. So, why do I use expired domains and not fresh domains? First and foremost thing is that it eases my off-page SEO efforts. So when I was researching for this guide and was trying to find out what are some good guides available for learning about expired domains, I found out that most of the guides are already outdated, and a lot of things are misleading that I found. So first section is going to be about expired domains basics. So what expired domains really are. Um, we never really own any domains. So when a domain expires, it goes through certain phases. And what are those phases? These are the phases. Firstly, when the domain expires, it enters into this auto renew grace period, okay, which is of 45 days. And generally, you will be needing to get the domain in this zone. So when there has been 26 days since the domain has expired, it enters into GoDaddy auctions. I'm considering GoDaddy auctions because it is one of the biggest auction providers when it comes to where I procure my domains from. So from day 26, it is available in GoDaddy auctions, and you can start hunting for the domains. And day 45, it comes to the back ordering phase. Okay, that means the back ordering companies are giving it is visible in the back ordering companies. Okay, so why expired domains? Since I already said they have a lot of SEO value, but what is it? You get a lot of links at a fraction of the price. Okay. For example, for this domain, I got this domain with 4,000 referring domains. That means 4,000 unique websites are linking to this domain, and I got it for less than $1,000, which is very unheard of nowadays. So if you see the referring domains, it is linked to from uh, New York Times, Forbes, The Guardian, BBC, Washington Post, Wall Street Journal, Huffington Post, and a ton more websites. So Such websites can reduce your off-page SEO to almost nothing, and you can start ranking without any backlinks initially. So, see, Mashable, Fortune, Investopedia, Market Watchbox, every single authority site you can think of, it has links from it. So I have, this is the power of expired domains. So in my experience, getting good content on your expired domains, it really helps boost the ranking, and it lowers the sandbox period. This is just the most recent experiment that this is not my experiment. This is the experiment of somebody whom I was consulting, and he bought this domain around first week of December or second week of December, and he has been able to generate almost 200K organic traffic. Right now it is 200K, not even 113K. So this is one of the websites which I made. It is 2 years old, and so the people who say that building websites on expired domains is a churn and burn technique, this is a classic example where I have not built any links, and the domain has been, the website has been consistently generating $1,000 per month for me. And one more thing which gives you an advantage over other uh, from the newer domains is that the expired domain generally has some brand search volume, so that helps you get the initial kick as well. So there are different phases of expired a domain's life cycle, as I said earlier. Most of the time you want to get into the domain in this phase, where it is from day 26 of expiry to redemption period. Why? Because most of the good domains that are very, very powerful domains, they will already be caught in auctions or in back orders. What are auctions and back orders? Whenever a domain expires, the registrar has their own marketplace where they put it up for auctions. So if other people are interested in getting that domain, people can bid and get a domain at the highest bidder get the domain. That happens most frequently. So when nobody bids on these expired domains in the auctions, it comes down to the pending delete phase, which is of just 5 days. You can still back order the domain, but you can't get the expired domain from over here using the auctions. The one more thing which you need to consider is in the pending delete phase, certain back ordering companies like Dynadot and not Dynadot, Dropcatch and all, they, if multiple people place a back order for the same domain, it again goes into an auction, and that's a different thing altogether. Okay. So there are three broad ways which you can use to register expired domains for yourself. So one is registering available domains, means the domain which has crossed this cycle, which has been dropped after the pending delete phase, you can register it directly at the registration price. But such domains are far and few because there has been extreme competition amongst people to get the expired domains for SEO. 2 to 3 years back, I was able to get domains at the registration price, but nowadays I don't really get very good, or say maybe my standard for expired domains has increased to that level that I don't really get good enough domains which are available to register. When I talk about back ordering is basically when the domain just drops. These back ordering companies immediately register that automatically, and then you get that domains in your domain account. Okay, and the third thing is getting it from a marketplace where a previously expired domain is available. Like even huge domains does a lot of that, Cedo and all. But where I get most of my domains from is GoDaddy auctions. So how do you really use expired domains? This is the number one use case which I use for sustainable growth in my business. I build authority sites on expired domains. Since the since the domains already have a lot of link, so I don't need to focus on off-page SEO at all. I just create good quality content, post it, and it starts ranking. And the growth is sustainable, as you can see. Most of the people who are doing drop shipping and e-com, I see they always ignore the SEO aspect. But when you look at the biggest sites in their niches, like Blade HQ, which sells knives, firstcry.com, which is for baby products, a good proportion of their traffic comes from SEO. And if you build an e-com website on expired domain, you essentially don't have to worry about a lot of aspects of off-page SEO. Just getting good content can help you. 301 redirect is not something I practice a lot personally, but when you are planning to redirect a domain to your money site, the best thing which you can do is you initially test the domain by posting some content on it. For example, the domain which I showed you in the beginning, which is getting 200K organic traffic, we are just testing that domain, and the ultimate purpose of that domain is going to be redirection to a money site. But we checked the link equity and how much power that domain has by posting some test articles, and it performed really well. Sometimes the domain turns out to be toxic. What does that toxicity exactly mean? So that toxicity is that even though some expired domains have very good links, they will not perform well in search results. And there can be varying factors for that. But when you test the domain that way, by when you see that traffic is coming, and you also get a chance to make the domain more relevant to your money site. A lot of times, for example, you are making a website on blogging, and you get a finance niche website. So there has to be a certain phase where you gradually change the niche of that expired domain before you finally redirect to your site. So that is the approach which you should take. You firstly post in some articles, you restore the old content, some of the old content, and you start posting in more articles of your niche where you want to redirect it. And that is going to be a far better idea when it comes to redirection. Otherwise, if you want to play the churn and burn game, you are welcome to do that. One more thing which you need to focus on is you should not make too many 301 redirects, because it is not natural. So when you are redirecting a domain, make sure that it is worth it. It has lots of authority links and has say 500 referring domains. If you are in a very low competition niche, you can go for 100 referring domains website. That is, you have 100 unique links from unique websites. Um, Other thing which a lot of people do is they buy expired domains and sell them for a profit. It is a time intensive work, but if you are just starting out, we can go and buy such expired domains and sell them for a profit. I don't do that. Second thing, the fifth thing which you can be doing is building a niche site on an expired domain and then flipping it. Since see, using an expired domain actually comes with inherent risks, and if you want to make some quick profits, the best thing you can do is you make you post some content on your expired domain, and once you start getting some traffic and you are able to scale it to say $100 or $500 per month, you can go and flip it. So it is not very unusual to see such domains being listed on Empire Flippers or Flippa, and being sold at 20 to 30x prices. The sixth thing which you might have seen a lot of people doing is they create their own private blog network, and essentially it doesn't even look like a private blog network. They look like real websites, and they have traffic, they have monetized them, and then they even sell links on those websites. So this is a very scalable business, and there's a lot of profit margin, but the initial workload is very high, because you need to make sure that every website looks like a legit website. Okay, According to my tests, what have been the things which have worked the best when it comes to using expired domains for SEO? Great content always works, always. Nothing beats it. So this is what I say about content. Great content is the craft and is a craft and is the cornerstone of SEO success and conversions. Because I use all these domains for affiliate websites, getting good contents for higher conversion rates is very, very important. So it is not a commodity which you procure from the lowest bidder. If you pay peanuts, you are going to get monkeys to work for you. Okay, every page. This is the difference when you see when you change the content on your website, and this is the difference which you will see. We had this page on our website which had a lot of potential, but it was not ranking well. So we decided to scrap off the content and swap it with a new researched and truly helpful content for our visitors. And then the traffic suddenly spiked when we changed the website content. Relevancy is very important. As I said, if you don't have a very relevant expired domain, you can slowly change the niche of that domain by posting relevant content. And then if you want to redirect it, you redirect it. Or if you want to build the money site directly on the expired domain, that is what I advise. Okay, so how, this is the question of the day, how do you really find powerful expired domains? Before I enter this question, if there are any questions, I would like to see. Faiz?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I think Vinay is also
Yeah.
online.
So there's a question from Rachit.
Mhm.
Can you please talk about investment and ROI in specific numbers for expired domains?
Yeah, I have actually shared it in the post itself. I started it with this. I spent $125 almost on this expired domain, and consider another $500 for the articles. Okay, and since the articles were not really good at that point of time, we were still able to generate $300 almost from this website. And today that same website is generating $800 to $1,200 per month. Okay, and that is a consistent growth that we have seen. I have not been posting a lot of articles on that website, but still we have seen a stable growth in that website. So I think that kind of answers your question. If you need more specific details, let me know.
So what? Just to elaborate on that, what is the average ROI you get when you are working on an expired domain compared to a new fresh domain?
See, when I used to build website, it has been a long time since I started a website on a new domain. So I now almost always see spending $100 on a domain, or 500 or $1,000. It doesn't matter if you are able to. You know that you can scale it to $300, $500, $1,000 per month by just investing $200 on a domain or $500 on a domain. It doesn't even matter. The ROI is not at all a question at that point of time. So if you go and buy some expired domain, say which has 500 referring domains, or just say 250 referring domains, and you target a niche where the average DR is say 20 for your target keywords, and your domain is a DR 30. So at that point of time, once you post the articles, it is just free money flowing in, and it is very scalable at that point of time. um,
But still, someone who is investing some money into the for the first time, he would
mhm,
want to know na ki, oh, if he invests, let's say, $100 in an expired domain
mhm,
as compared to a fresh domain, what
mhm.
kind of results he can expect on an average basis. Not We know that it's not 100% success rate, obviously, but
Yeah,
still on
obviously.
a.
So let's say you have $500 to invest. Okay, I'd say
Mhm,
at least get a domain worth $250. At least go do it
mhm.
without any second thought. Go get a $250 expired domain. It should have at least, at 250 you should at least get 100 referring domains. Okay, and you can see the growth trajectory. You see this, if it was a new domain, okay, this growth would have been extended to at least 8 to 10 months at least, even in very low competition niches. And this was actually a medium competition niche where I managed to do stuff. I don't want to reveal a website over here, but even if you see this, even if you see this domain, okay, this is actually an exception. Okay, I don't want to give you false hopes, but this is the kind of things you can do if you're in an AdSense niche, and say you target some keyword, for example, say, Vinay, you are good at AdSense, tell me some keywords like popcorn time or something, a lot of
Uh,
such.
don't make me share keywords. Ask in the chat, or there will be another
So
controversy.
yeah, let's say you
Actually,
have you.
I also have one. I actually what he's asking. I have one more example. So, for
Mhm,
example, like I am doing Amazon affiliate right now. Okay,
mhm,
so I want to test one keyword that is not, like you can say that not a particular affiliate keyword. Okay, I just got an idea and I thought that this keyword is really good. So what usually I do is I just buy available expired domain which is deleted and has some good backlink. So it will
mhm,
cost me like equally to any fresh domain. Okay, and I will just test that keyword on that domain, which is expired domain, but a cheaper one. And if that
mhm.
keyword is, really became keywords and that is like really getting some positions, giving me some traffic, then I will plan and then I will go with a strong domain. Like I will, spend good amount of money on auction and then I will purchase some domain with the average price of like 200 or $300.
Yeah.
So like before jumping into really auction and quality domains, you should just
Mhm.
test that keyword which you are planning to rank, right?
Let's say you can't afford a $500 domain. Okay, the least which you can do is you go and buy a domain which is on a closeout, GoDaddy closeouts. Okay, a lot of times you'll get these domains near to the registration price, but at least you have an aged domain. Okay, and a lot of times you might find a few links here and there. It is better than registering a fresh domain, but definitely nowhere close to a powerful expired domain
Yeah,
if
exactly.
you have budget concerns. But I have seen this time and again. Expired domains really do work very well, and the ROI on time is. I don't know why somebody would go and want to go and build a website on a fresh domain anyway.
Yeah, I will give one more example. Like last year, we did experiment that we started with some brand domain, and then we posted lot of contents on different categories. And the second category was I had like EMD domains of exact keyword which I want to rank, and I did
Mhm,
same with some random expired domain. That domain name
mhm.
was different, niche was different. Still, I posted same type of contents. So when I compared these three affiliate sites, one of the
Mhm.
site which was expired domain that was not even relevant. Still, it was giving me more sales than compared to my multi-niche site or any fresh domain site.
Of course, and even when you compare it with other websites, for example, say you are not in the US, like my websites are mostly targeting the US. But if you talk about India, okay, so this was a domain which we found some time ago. It is fluctuating in rankings because it doesn't have very good content, I'd say. But you see that this Apollo eDoc used to be a service by Apollo hospitals. Okay, and they just bought this domain maybe for $1,000 or so. They posted some content, and even if we consider the lows, you see 22,000 traffic, which in reality it might be 50K or even more in reality. So this is what expired domains really do. I have a lot of examples. Let me stop sharing my screen and uh, really see what I want to share and what I don't want to. So in the meantime, Vinay and Faiz, please take some questions. I will.
I
Okay, I
guess we
think
already
when
covered the ROI part now, so we can move over to the
yes,
actual topic about how people can find actual expired domains. Like that's
Yeah,
what people
I
are here
think
for,
I
right?
think we should progress.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do we really go about finding expired domains? See, when I talk about finding expired domains, you need to have a method which is not used by everybody else. If I go tell you, okay, go to expireddomains.net, apply the following filters, and you will get a good expired domain. Or go to Spamzilla, apply the following filters, and you will get a good domain. The next day, the 1,000 people or the 100 people who are watching this webinar, they will go do the same thing, and that is going to just put all your efforts in the gutter. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to find creative ways of finding expired domains. This is going to be a direction in which you should be going, rather than showing you the exact things of how and why things should be done. Okay, so there's no single place to buy expired domains for everybody. It will depend on your risk appetite, time commitment, and what your budget is. Okay, so let's have a look at this. When you're finding expired domains, you need a good seed list. What is a seed list? A seed list is something where you have a potential of finding good domains being linked to that are expiring or have expired. Okay, so let's say you want an expired domain in a finance niche. You need to find the websites which are on finance and link to finance related websites. And I have this thing in place where you can go and create a seed list of your own. Again, if you go and do the exact same thing, you are not going to find anything. But detailed.com has curated this algorithmically created this place where you can go and find the best websites on certain niches. For example, Majestic, how Majestic trust flow and topical relevancy and all came into place. They also created a seed list of websites, authority websites, which were on a certain topic. Let's say I want to start a website on finance, and I want to have expired domains on that. So I'll go to finance, I'll see the list, I'll not check out these top websites, and maybe I will check the Simple Dollar or Wise Bread. Okay, and then I'll go do a related search. What is a related search? You just go to Google and search this. Okay, and Google will give you all the topically relevant websites which it thinks are similar to this. Okay, and then you create your seed list. Bear in mind, these websites should have at least 100 pages or so, because you need pages to be crawled to get really good expired domains. So when you have your seed list ready, and this is actually very important, when you have your seed list ready, which is not made in a way everybody else is making. For example, there used to be a guide on expired domain scraping where they would say that in URL sources, and you have tech. So this is, sorry, this is how a lot of people used to tell you, go create your seed list and then crawl them, and then find all no such hosts using Zeno and all. But just imagine, you want a domain in the tech niche, and 1,000 other people also want a domain in the tech niche. And if you are searching for generic terms and following a method which everybody else is following, then all of you are going to compete for the same list, for the same domains, and everybody is going to get the same thing. One guy whom I was teaching expired domain hunting back in 2017, he said that, Prajwal, whenever I go, I find a lot of good domains, but as soon as I go to register them, I see that they're already registered. Maybe GoDaddy is stealing my domains. Maybe GoDaddy is doing it, but The thing is, everybody has the same method, and if everybody has the same method, you don't want to compete with so many smart people who are doing the same thing. So go create your own list, seed list. Go then the second step is going to be if it has a high number of outgoing links or not. For example, let's say I have money under 30. I'll firstly check how many pages it has. It has 3,100 pages. Then next, I'll go to Ahrefs. I'll see moneyandu30.com and Ahrefs. It has some good traffic. It has high number of referring domains. It has a consistent growth in links. Now I'll see how many linked domains does it have. Does it have only 100 linked domains? Then I find the chances of finding a good expired domain here is very bleak. But it has 4,600 linked domains, and it might be that a lot of them, some of them might have been expired. So before I proceed to the second step, I'll see if it has any broken links from the outgoing links, broken links section. Once I see that, I see 267 pages do have these broken links. What I can do is I can export this list directly and then crawl all these pages and find if any domain is expired or has entered auctions, or I can go and check out these domains. And what a lot of people have is they have a seed list of domains which they keep checking um, if they are becoming available or not. Okay, and I don't want to share that a lot because our methods are also similar. Our automated systems do that for us. So what you can do is you create the seed list, the seed list of URLs, and then go find if any domain is available or not. And this is the most crucial step. Okay, so next, what were the checkpoints? You can have a screenshot over here, okay, if you want to. Otherwise, I'm going to proceed to the lazy crawler method. So what is the lazy crawler method? It is actually being the lazy guy, okay, but trying to find expired domains anyway. So let's say this money under 30 has 4,000 linked domains, okay. I'll straight away go and export this list, full list. And once the export is complete, I will download it, and then I'll go to NameBright bulk domain checker. Okay, we have automated systems to check it, but this is one of the best bulk domain checkers available for the public. So I'll download this report. I'll open it. Then I'll apply some basic filters because Twitter.com, LinkedIn.com, Amazon.com are perhaps never going to expire. So we don't want to check such domains for um, if they are available or not, or if they are in auctions or not. So what I'm going to do is I'll open it in Excel and I'll add some basic filters. For example, I'll go to data. I'll add some filters. What filter? So I'll say that the domain rating must be below 50 and above, say 5. Let's say 4 and less than 50. Applied the filters, and now I have just 1200 domains in my list. And I could have made more filters in organic traffic and other things if I had, say, 115k domains like I had for BBC. And I'll straight away copy these domains and check them on if they're available or not. If any is available, I'll check them further. So what do you want to make sure? See, everybody wants the link from New York Times or BBC. So never go and apply this method for bbc.com. Okay, it is going to be a sheer waste of time because automated systems are always trying to find out domains for with external links from that such websites. So you want to go and find such smaller websites which still link to a lot of pages, a lot of domains, but they are not so popular that everybody is going on hunting around for getting the expired domains to them. Okay, so I have covered this part. Once we are here, so looks like we have 13 domains which are available. Okay, so I'll just parse this instead of copying everything manually. I have 13 domains that are available. Let's see if anything holds any value. I'm not sure if I'm going to find any such thing, but looks like we have 4 domains that might be worth a second look. Okay, so if you want, you can go around and check these domains for spam, and once you are done, you can register it. So the next question is, okay, Prajwal, I found 13 domains, and after doing this repeatedly for say 50 seed domains, I found, let's say, 200 or 300 expired domains. Then you are going to sort them either by referring domains or domain rating. Domain rating is a metric which gives you an idea about how strong a domain's backlink profile is. But bear in mind, the referring domains should be high as well, not just 21 or 50. Okay, anything above 50 is good, not bad. But for me, when I'm going on competing at medium to high competition niches, I at least have every domain which has more than 100 or 500 referring domains. So it will depend on the type of niche you are targeting. So how do you really vet expired domains if they are toxic or if they are spammed or if something bad has been done using those domains? So when you're going on analyzing any domain, let's say I am going to analyze vrsanitysavers.com. Okay, so I'll go and click on overview. I'll check this domain. What has the history of the domain been? So I see that it gained some initial traction and then it stayed kind of stable before it really dropped, and it had no organic traffic. So I usually buy expired domains which had some organic traffic. And if you want to see some spammy domains, how do you really identify which domain is spammed? Okay, so finding spammed domains is very easy. Okay, you just go and find. I'll just find any domain which might be spammy. When you see such a curve in the growth of referring domains, it is a signal that it is most likely spammed. And then there is a sudden drop, it means that it is spammed. I usually, if I see such a growth, except for maybe it might have had some redirection from their parent company or some other company which they acquired, which is not usually the case. Um, this actually means that it was spammed sometime in the past. And if you correlate that with organic traffic, you see that it has had almost no organic traffic. So you just want to ignore such domains immediately. You don't want to go and check them further. So this is about the referring domains. So this is the domain which has just been spammed before it entered into auctions or something, so that you see very high metrics, but the domain is actually spammed already. This is a domain which is spammed previously, but then all these spammy links have dropped off. And even if it has penalty, maybe you can go and have a reconsideration request and get the penalty lifted. I have done that for my websites. This is the type of domain you don't want to even look at after you see such a graph of the referring domains in Site Explorer. You just want to simply ignore such domains. You don't want to go ahead with such domains. Secondly, it should have authority links. How do you really find out if it has authority links? Go and plug it into Site Explorer this way. Okay, and then you click on referring domains. So I see that it has a DR78 and DR76 link. And if I see do follow links, it has just a DR11 link, which is not something I'm really excited about. So the second thing which you want to really make sure when you are buying an expired domain is that the links are actually pointing to your domain. And how do you find that? When you click on this links on target and you click on this arrow button, you will see the exact page where the link is coming from, and you want to go to this page actually and make sure that the link still exists for let's say sanity saving something something. So this link actually exists on this website, so it is a good signal. A lot of times what you will see is there will be a redirect chain, and that redirect chain is uh, it will have an intermediate domain um, to which the links were pointed to previously, but then that domain, you don't have access to that domain, and when that domain expires or it drops, all the links are dropped at the same time. um, I want to show one of my domains, but it is still very powerful even after the links have dropped. Okay, I'll share that domain. I bought this domain in auctions for around $1,000. It was a pretty good domain, and definitely not worth $1,000, but it is still a good enough domain. I checked a lot of things. It had good organic traffic in the past. See, it used to get at 80K traffic, and then it dropped. And this company was acquired by Amazon. So then the domain was left to expire. So what is the problem with this domain? It still has some good links. It has a Wikipedia link, it has Mozilla, Medium, and a few more links, the Next Web, eMarketer, and a lot more. But when you see this historical links, it had way more links than it had links from The Guardian. This is the thing you want to avoid. It was gootechnologies.com, and this domain was redirected to my domain. And even though you have a system and you know everything that this is the way you need to find expired domains, when you're checking hundreds of domains before you actually go and buy that one domain, such things might slip through the cracks and you might miss such checkpoints. And not just I had missed this point in my guide because I thought, okay, I was an idiot who didn't care about checking the domain. But a lot of people who proofread my guide, they said that um, Prajwal, you should include this because I have been a victim of this. So I included this, and I'm sharing this guide. I'm sharing this practical example. I didn't want to, but I'm sharing it. So this is what you want to avoid. Then it should have historical traffic. And for those of you who are live on this webinar, this domain might be available. It was available when I posted the article. Let's see. If you are live, go and register it if it's available at all. No, it's not anymore. So it was a domain which had 30K traffic, and it was redirected to another website which is Kitchen Arena. And in such a case, when this domain is redirected and to a parent website, it is most probable that the content will be reused for the newer website. So you don't want to reuse that content again when you buy such an expired domain. Okay, here is another example. If you want to really get a double confirmation on the ROI, I bought this domain for maybe another $100 or $150, and this website took off really fast. Hrefs takes some time to really show up the traffic, but this website has been making $250 per month consistently. So here's another website which has done the same. So the fourth thing which you want to make sure is that to really go and see what the domain looked like in the past. So how do you go and find that out? Let's say this is gocreate.com. I'll go to archive.org, and I'll search this. domain over here. And archive will show me what this domain used to look like in the past. For example, I acquired this domain back in 2018. So let's see how it used to look like back in 2018. Is it the problem at my end? Faiz and
No,
Vinay, can you check?
actually, no, actually, there is some issue with Webex going on, and sometime it didn't show you anything. You
Okay.
have to try with some other, yeah, other domains.
Yeah. So there's a good history of this experiment. You actually want to go and check out the entire timeline of the website and see what it used to look like, whether it had been used for some other poker or let's say pharmaceutical Viagra or something else. So you need to make sure that it was not spammed. So you can click here. There will be some certain timestamps. If you click on them, you'll see what this website used to look like back then. And
You can also refer, you can also refer href because it also show you backlinks, backlink with some content that in the history, backlink history and everything.
yes, yes, yes. For example, this is a good domain, so you won't find something. But if I consider this domain again, let's see if it was spammed. Let's copy this whole thing and do a batch analysis. I'll show you what a spammy domain looks like. This doesn't look seem to be. You want to go and search for some lot of cracks, lot of bad things. You want to go and offer or some discount or promo, lot of, let's say, Oxboot or something, a lot of things you can go and check out. Spamzilla has this feature, I guess, where you can go and check out the anchors directly in their portal itself. So a few things which you need to make sure when that doesn't happen is you should not see this 403 forbidden error. Okay, that means that Wayback Machine was actually blocked by the owner. That means it might be used for spam sometime in the past. You want to go and check the domains. Let's say you have 10 domains, 13 domains. You can go and check the domain age in this bulk domain checker, and it will array the available. The available ones won't show, but when you are going and looking at auction domains, this is a good tool to um, use for checking the age. And if you want to check how old the website is, you can go to archive and see the what it dates back to exactly. Okay. For spam links, as I told you, I for this guide itself, I had a list of 1,500 domains, and those were seemingly good domains. And I know it seems like a small data set, but these were actually handpicked domains, and still the 97.9%, we had almost I'll say 40 domains which were not spam to that. Otherwise all the domains were spammed. So keep that in mind. Most of the domains you are going to find, it is going to be junk. Just move on. For example, on casino, gambling, and other things like sale, Viagra, payday loans, anything. The most spammed niches, if you have any related keywords, just ignore such domains right away. Poker. Okay. Some people say that I have been asked this question, Prajwal, how do I figure out if a domain is penalized or not? And before you buy a domain, there's actually no short way of telling that. But if you see if the domain is indexed, there is a chance that it is not penalized, most probably. Okay. And the second thing which you can check is the domain shouldn't have lost traffic way before expiring, let's say a month or 2 months before expiring. It might happen that the domain lost traffic because the hosting or something was suspended, but mostly the traffic will give you an idea, and the backlink profile will give you an idea whether it is spammed or not. Archive is very important for really figuring it out. Okay, repurpose count. I don't really care a lot about repurpose count, but you want to make sure that it has not been used for vastly different niches. That's all I would say. The link sources and redirect chains. I told you about this. And how do you check these things at bulk? Not exactly bulk, but how do you check out if these links are there or not? You will directly go to the backlink section, and once you are here, make it one link per domain, and in the link type you can have with redirect chain, and you will find that there were two domains, gootechnologies.com, and then okay, a few more, Goo Create, and there was gooengine.com, and everything was redirecting to this site, and then everything else expired or it went to some other owner, and I don't no longer have control of that domain. So the link use has the link equity has decayed very much. So this is the example. You want to make sure it didn't have copyright strikes, because having a DMCA, it does reduce your reputation, and in the long run it can harm your SEO. Trademarks, it is not the most important thing, but if you are, let's say you are creating an affiliate site, Amazon affiliate site, so you want to make sure that domain doesn't have Amazon or Kindle or Alexa or anything in the domain name. And if it comes to the brand name of the domain, it doesn't really matter, because somebody who didn't have money to renew their own domains won't necessarily will have funds to sue you for using the name. Okay, now I'll address some myths. So the number one myth which a lot of people are fed is checking the spam score. Spam score doesn't matter, because spam score, it does not mean that the spam flag causes penalties. It is just a metric which shows that how many websites Moz has in their index which had similar attributes and was penalized. So you don't want to pay any decision making heed to this metric, but you can surely go and check it out. Okay, Chinese and Japanese links. This domain is a good domain. Okay, but it had some Chinese, okay, some Portuguese, Russian, Japanese, Italian, Korean, Chinese, all of these links. Okay, so if such links are relevant, then it doesn't matter. Okay, such links are okay if they are far and few and they are branded. For example, they are branded anchor text, and they are actually from, see, it is from jp.techcrunch.com. So such links don't hurt. Okay, so don't be like okay, it has some Japanese links, Prajwal, I don't want such a domain. Don't do that. Okay, but if a website majorly has such links, you want to avoid them altogether. Okay, another myth is that if it is indexed, it means that it has had no penalty. That is not at all true. I have seen that in my case as well, and I bought a domain which was penalized, and it was still indexed. So doesn't really matter. I'll tell you, this was the domain. This was the domain. It is making $250 per month right now. Not working on it a lot, but this was a penalized domain, and I got my reconsideration request approved. Sorry. Okay, drop count is done. Previously redirected domains can't be used. This is not at all true. Okay, if the domain was redirected, say you go and buy gootechnologies.com. Okay, let's say if somebody see if somebody has bought it or not. If you go buy it and you use it and post good content, it is still going to work. Turns out this website doesn't have some good content. Yeah, very thin content. Maybe they're using it for PBN or something. But if you go and get such a domain which was previously redirected, doesn't matter, go buy it. It still has those links, and if you post relevant content, you are going to rank anyway. I have built authoritative niche sites with such domains. um the metrics, this is a very common question which I get. Prajal, what should be the metrics? DAPA, TFCF, DRUR, doesn't matter. It is just for filtering thousands or even millions of domains which you have. For example, if you go to auctions, you have 10,000 domains. How do you find out those 50 domains which you want to go out and check? You need metrics for such cases. Okay, go have a baseline set, for example DA10 and DR50. Above that, anything I'll buy after checking, of course. But anything below that, you usually don't want to go pay heed to them. Okay, I don't have I done justice to this, Faiz and Vinay, the metrics part, or do I need to explain it further?
Yeah, I think you just continue because I think people are commenting. So I will, in last we can, cross check all these things.
Okay. Okay, so important tools. If you're looking for free tools, check them out. Sinu's link, Slath or something. I started with this, and you can use it for crawling all the seed list which you create. And there are plenty of guides. Old is gold. Some old guides are there. They still work very well. Go use that if you want to bulk check the domains. um, this is for not for the available domains, this is for the domains which are in auctions. Bulk DAPA checker, you can use Ahrefs batch analysis, but it is a paid thing. Okay, and some things you want to do if you are crawling, let's say 100,000 or a million URLs every day or something. You can't keep your laptop on all the time or your PC on all the time. So a good thing to use is a VPS. Okay, I have been using Smart SEO VPS for some time. Okay, it was previously named something else. They have renamed the brand. You get a lot of SEO tools inside this. So this is an affiliate link. If you go out there, I will get a small commission, but this is a very good thing if you want to do it at scale. Ahrefs is a very good tool. I showed you how I use it every day with my work. Scrapebox is another thing. URL profiler, I used to use it some time back, but since now I have my automated systems in place, I don't use it anymore. But this is a very good thing for um, people who don't have their systems and they want to bulk check metrics of some of domains. Okay, Spamzilla, I think Faz will cover it, or maybe we'll cover it in the next webinar because we are already 1 hour into it. Served was a good one, and if you are creating a seed list with Scrapebox, you will need proxies. So buyproxies.org, I think the URL is buyproxies.org. You can go there and buy some proxies. Okay, now where do I go and find the domains? Expireddomains.net is a good free resource, and the one thing which you need to make sure when you are using expireddomains.net is everybody. It is a free tool. Everybody is going there, and you're competing with everybody. So the best time to go and check them out is when the lists are just updated. Still, a lot of automated scrapers will beat you, but if you want to beat the other manual scrapers, you can go and check out the update interval, and everything is always updated at this URL. You can check out the deleted and the marketplace domain update interval over here if you don't have money to get Spamzilla or some other things which I talk about. So the next in our list is Spamzilla. So this is the DIY thing most of the time, expired domains and Spamzilla. So if you want to go and get domains from Spamzilla, Nathan from Gotch SEO, he has made a very good guide on Spamzilla, and he's one of the best guys in SEO, I'd say, whom I follow. He has this video. You can go and watch it and check it out. Okay, the next thing is GoDaddy auctions. I procure most of my domains from GoDaddy auctions, but you need to have a budget and some level of expertise, because I think I bought, no, I didn't buy UCreate from uh, GoDaddy auctions, but I have bought domains from GoDaddy auctions which were not very good. Okay, so and a lot of times you will get into the bidding war with other people. So, for example, you bid $1,000 as your max budget, and at the last moment somebody outbids you with say $1,200, and then you lose a very good domain for that. But you need to make sure that you have a maximum budget set, because even Warren Buffett, who is a one of the biggest investors I know and follow, he says that he never goes into an auction because it manipulates you psychologically to pay a lot more than what you initially planned. So keep a maximum budget in your mind when you are going for GoDaddy auctions or any other auction platform. Shout out to Sumit. He is doing a great job at SERP names. I'm not affiliated with him, at least yet. So he has a good inventory of expired domains, and you just go there and buy the expired domains. You don't have to go spam check and find them anyway. Just go get a domain at a good price and go start building your affiliate websites. And the best part with Sumit's expired domain SERP names is that you get to see the domain before you buy it. And for a lot of domains, he has this action plan attached where he shares mm, the plan about the how to use that expired domain. The earnings are a bit inflated. I'll not say go according to that, but the inventory is really good. You can go and check it out. Domain coasters. It is from Gopi. So it is also a very good resource. I checked out their inventory. They have reasonably priced domains in their inventory, and you can go and check out all the metrics and everything, and they are spam checked for you already. If you don't want to invest time in finding and spam checking domains, you can go and buy it directly from there. Drop catching and back ordering. Dropcatch.com is a good back ordering service. The only con over here is if multiple people back order the same domain, it goes into public auction, and that is not a private auction, it is a public auction. Means anybody and everybody can go and bid there, and there are a lot of fake bidders who uh, increase the price of the domains a lot of times. um, Kalin Karakeheoff. I hope I I pronounced your name well. Um, he owns SEO domains. I got in touch with him personally before while I was doing the research of it, and he has a good marketplace at SEO.domains. You should go and check it out if you want to um, go and buy some domains. It is also a good resource. Serb.net. I haven't tested this fully, but the feature list over here is very impressive, and it has a lot of features of our own automated systems. So if you go this detailed.com, sorry, this guide became very popular. It was from Sumit, and a lot of things which he did in his thing in his guide was that he used to get an email for available domains, and a lot of things such things are already built in into serve.net, so it is also worth checking out. But I have my own systems in place which can do that for us. SEODN is a good one. Dynadot is an underrated market, I'd say. If you have a medium budget and you don't want to compete with the big shots, you should go and check out some of the domains over here. I have had luck finding some good domains over here. Domcop is a service like Spamzilla. Okay, it is an affordable service. It has um, metrics from a lot of data providers like Majestic, Moz, STBots, and Rush and all. Ahrefs used to be there, but it is no longer there. Only Spamzilla, in my knowledge, has Ahrefs data. Snapnames is another back ordering service. Okay, how could I ignore Namejet? Um, the best thing about Namejet for which I use it is if I find an expired domain, a domain which has expired, okay, or maybe the owner is no longer using the domain, but its expiry is say 2 years from now. I just go and place a back order at Namejet directly. It doesn't have to be available for back order when you place that back order. So it is a good feature which I like with Namejet, and I have acquired a lot of domains with Namejet that way. Register Compass is like Spamzilla and Tomcom, but it is affordable. It is not as good as Spamzilla and all, but it is a good place. Namecheap Marketplace, I have used it sparingly, not a lot. Flippa is a place where I go to get some starter websites instead of just domains. So if you have, let's say, 5, 10, $15,000 budget, and you can go and buy a starter site over there. The best thing about buying starter sites is you have the data of the niches which are working. So when you buy a domain, you already have a proven business model in a niche, and that is the best part about buying starter sites. Name.com aftermarket was a good aftermarket, but name.com, as far as I know, their aftermarket domains have come into GoDaddy auctions. So if you go to GoDaddy auctions, you will find their domain names as well. So I think I've covered all the basics. This is the end of what I had planned. Now I'll take up questions. Also, don't forget to join my Telegram channel. Okay, I'll be sharing exclusive tips with the people who joined my Telegram channel. Okay, so Faiz and Vinay, what are we up to?
Yeah, actually, Vinay, I think is not available right now. So I will
Okay,
just pick this question and you will able to see them on screen. Okay.
okay,
And yeah, guys, so you can also ask questions and I will start with the 1 minute. Okay. So you are able to see the screen, right?
yes. So Avni Khanna is asking, are you using any script to find expired domains? Yes, Avni, we have entire systems in place which go and check out expired domains, like millions of domains at once, and we have them running all the time, and they check for all the domains, good domains which are expiring or pending delete or going into auctions. And because we are doing it at scale, so we need to do things efficiently. So yes, we do have scripts and automated systems,
Yeah, like
but
basically
they are
you need two things for doing this. Like you need available domains and you need domains which already have good links, right? And if you can
yes,
build such system, you have to just check which domain is available and that domain has XYZ link from that domain. So you just have to like he said, you just have to download outbound links. For example, Forbes is giving link to XYZ domain. So you have to download that link list and then you have to check if that domain is available or not. So for that you have like free tools on market, but they have limited database like expireddomain.net, Spamzilla, and then other tools. So they already have this thing for you, but they don't have specific tool to check this. For example, this domain has a link from Forbes or something. They have just available domain name list, and they will just show you metrics. So that main key part is missing. So for that you can also use Scrapbox, because Scrapbox have that feature which you can check domains on a daily basis, that this domain which has link from Forbes is available or not.
okay. I think that justifies the answer.
Yes.
Mm,
Second question.
yeah. Karan Bharadwaj asks, what are the things that we need to check before purchasing a domain? I covered those things. You need to go um, check the 11 things which I have listed in the guide. Okay, you will find the link to that post in the description of the video. Okay, go and check out the referring domains, the overall link profile, if authority links are coming, if it has a historical traffic. Historical traffic is a proof that that domain's backlink profile used to generate traffic, and the archive of the domain to make sure that it didn't have something, it was not used for spam basically. And the age of the domain, if it is available to register, you can go check out the history to where it dates back in archive.org. Otherwise you can use the domain age checker which I shared in the guide. You need to make sure that it doesn't have unwanted spam links. A lot the details are there in the post. um, Google index or not, yeah, repurpose count. Make sure that the links are not coming from other sources and other domains which were redirected to the expired domain which you are buying, and there were no copyright strikes or something. I think that answers the question.
Yeah, you can also do one thing like just create bookmark on your browser, and one by one you can check these things like first this domain is available, second this domain has zero drop or one drop, and then way back, and then like step by step you can just check through bookmarks on your browser, because I do this,
Yeah,
so
I have all
easily
those in
know.
my bookmarks bar. You just go and check it step by step. Yeah, pro tip. Sir, what about SEO when building site on expired domain? Umesh, the only thing which you need to care about when you are building a website on an expired domain, which I do. I build niche sites on expired domains directly. So you just need to care about content. And if you want the details on how I create content, maybe that demands a different webinar all by itself. So if you want, I will have a on-page SEO and stuff covered, because for off-page SEO, if you have a good domain, you don't need to care about it at all. You don't need to build almost no links at all for any medium competition or low competition niche.
Yeah, actually, expired domain basically you are buying so that you don't have to outreach to those website which has good links. For example, if I am working on a health niche or gym niche, then I will need links from gym.com, gymguide.com. So if that domain which is expired and it already have that link, so I will not have to outreach that guy for that link. So you are automatically getting backlinks with these expired domains. So
Yes,
50% work is already done.
more than that. Yeah, Manoj, I talked about it, how to check for toxicity. The best way to check if a domain is toxic or not, even before you redirect or build a niche site on it, is post some test content of very low competition keywords, okay, and see if it starts ranking. If it starts ranking, that means the domain is not toxic. And once you start getting a consistent traffic and it is not declining, for say for you, say for example you posted 5 articles on that domain, and in a 30-day period or a 45, 50-day, 90-day period, you see that there is a consistent traffic trend. At that point of time, you know that yeah, this domain has link juice, a lot of link juice, and yes, it is not toxic. A lot of domains which I have bought, what happens is it just refuses to take off. Okay, nothing happens on that domain, and at that point of time, I know that this domain is good for nothing. For example, I had this domain called top10stop.com. Okay, it had it had links from Huffington Post and a lot more authority sites, but the content never took off. Okay, it had some traffic in the past, but it didn't take off. So I knew that the domain was not good enough, so I just dropped it. Another domain which I uh, bought and was toxic was wideword.net. Okay, that also never took off. I posted some content, and when I let it drop, it was already hacked and spammed, and somebody else bought that domain after I dropped it. and they posted affiliate content and it didn't work out uh, at all. So historical traffic is important. Getting traffic when you post content is important, and when that traffic is consistent, until unless there's some Google update or something, you know that the domain is not toxic.
Right.
uh, what's your average monthly spend on SEO and where it goes on PBNs, guest posts, or what? Rachit, on SEO, I'll say that most of my spend is actually on content only. I don't optimize a lot for other things once I buy the expired domain. If you go to authority builders and all, each link costs anywhere from 100 to 500, $800. So if you are paying so much for just one link, why not go and buy $1,000 domain? And um, I'm not saying that authority builders is not good. It is a very good service, but when you are spending that much on your link building efforts after creating your website, and still it is you're not sure whether your investment is going to bring in an ROI, why not go buy 2, 3, 4 domains and just start websites on them? Just post good content, and for example, my content, any page, it costs anywhere above $50. Most of the time it is above $100 for each page, which I publish on my website. So I also nowadays what I'm doing is I am going and reaching out to real authority, not authorities, the real experts in those niches, and getting them to write content on my site. And if you are hiring such people to write content on your website, you can't expect them to write, say, $10 per article or something. You can't expect that. So, especially for us in India, we are used to getting very cheap content, and everything which is cheap is usually not so good. Okay, not questioning any writers who work at less prices, but most of the times it is not going to be worth it. You need very good content. Even if you rank with say grade 2 content, those rankings are not going to stick, because when somebody is coming to your site and he is not getting the thing which he wants, he will bounce off. And once that bouncing is there, when people are pogo sticking, you will eventually lose your ranking. So pay obsessive attention to your content and the user experience, and give the users what they want for the search query. I think that answers the question.
Yeah, right. Yeah, same for me. Like I buy domains mostly like expired domain, and if I'm buying fresh domain, I try to buy a brand domain or at least PMD domain. And for micro niche, I buy EMD domains. And for contents, like I have my own team, and PBNs,
Mhm.
actually guest post or PBN, both are not actually expensive for me. I usually have my own network of site. Some of project are failed, so I use them as PBN. So link is also not concern for me, and I have some good vendors. That vendor have outreach to a lot of sites, so they just give me links from such site, and I pay very
Exactly.
less price to them because I'm buying in bulk from them.
Exactly. And even when you have, let's say, in the next 1 year, if you buy 10 domains, okay, just 10 domains, and you create very good websites out of them, and you just sell links $50 a pop, okay, um, scaling such things won't take time, and the financial constraint will be gone really fast. So if you are focusing on the quality of the domains which you acquire and then building really good websites on it, scaling, and you essentially won't worry about the monthly spend anymore. Okay, next question,
Right.
Faiz.
Yes.
So Thomas is asking, what about buying expired domain that was previously 301? Yeah, I told you that website which I have shared in the beginning of the article. It is getting almost 15-20,000 views every month. So that is in that low number of page views it is generating more than $1,000 per month, and that domain was 301 to another uh, domain previously, and it still retained all the link juice. And so that is a practical example of how I am seeing consistent results with domains which are previously 301. Not a big deal.
Right.
Uh, Regan George, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. I bought an expired domain in Fashion Nation, changed it to a fitness site. Um, it really depends on the case. It might not be worth it in the long term, but let's say you have that balance between fashion and fitness, because fashion, if it is a hardcore fashion domain, it is going to be difficult to convert it into a fitness niche site. But if you follow the method which I said, the gradual rebranding of a domain in, let's say, 2 3 months or 6 months time, it might work out. I don't have substantial data to back that up. 22 PBNs on Business etc and 127 redirects. Did you do that, or was it before you got the expired domains? I haven't made any links on Business etc, and it might be something else. I'll have to go and check it out. But yeah, Business etc was a very powerful domain when I acquired it. It was a very powerful website, and I had plans for it back when I acquired it, but due to time constraints, I didn't work on it. But now I am working on it and seeing some results. Okay, Prajjwal, manual crawling, or are you using any tool? Avni, manual crawling is always going to beat any tool like the lazy crawler method, that is using Ahrefs for getting the seed list. Why? Because Ahrefs is not going to crawl those pages on demand. Okay, so when you crawl those pages, you have the most fresh data of domains which are being linked to from those websites. So that freshness gives you the edge over your competition, and that is when manual crawling is really important, and you should get a VPS for that. Faz, do you want to add something to that?
Yeah, actually, if you are doing, first of all, what I think is if you are using any third-party tool, so that is like, secretly doing something mining or doing, like your own, they are using your time and skills for, making their own database. Sometimes they are also like Prajwal mentioned, they are buying, good quality domains, and when you just search that this domain is available or not. So I prefer using, custom tools which have like which are offline, and I can easily check them and quickly buy domains which are available, because expired domain is one type of asset online. So people are paying a huge amount of money for them, so you have to do your own research, like how to do things very you can say very secretly, so that you don't have to lose such quality domains which you yourself scrap that domain.
Okay. Hayat Ahmed is asking, please talk about domain dispute. He got one of the domains, so I stopped and deleted the domain with overall sites. Hayat, if you are getting a domain dispute, let's say they have sent you an email that you are using their trademark or something, or if they are the legal owners of the domain and you have bought it on auctions or something. Let's say you bought the domain for 500. Okay. Sell it back to them for 800, because filing a lawsuit against you, which they very well can, it will cost more than $1,000 or something. Okay, but if you are telling them, just be a bit stubborn. Okay, you don't want to have a lawsuit against you, but you can at least get back the initial investment which you made on that domain when you get such a mail. I personally haven't got that, but I have heard that from my peers. If you bought Chandan, if you bought an expired domain and got manual penalty, what I have done is I I pretended to be the original owner of that expired domain, and then I said that I couldn't renew the domain, and I lost access to it, and then it was used for spam. Okay, you will exactly know when that domain was used for spam. If you did some spam, there's no way to get the penalty lifted, as far as I know. But if it was penalized when you bought it, you can get the penalty lifted. That, yeah, I am the original owner, I didn't have access to the domain, now I have it, I am building good things, have links to your original profile and all on that domain, and put yourself out there on the domain, and then you will get the penalty lifted, hopefully. That works for me.
Yeah, and one more thing is like, I always prefer Google index domains. Also, always, do some logic research why the domain got, banned or domain was spammed. Because I usually
Think like a
avoid,
spammer.
blogger site. That is, yes, that is the main thing. Like, do not go for blogging site, or also try to check if the domain is like e-commerce, what product they are selling. So you will be very easily able to guess that this domain is spamming or this domain is quality domain or not.
Yeah. Vishwadeep is asking about an expired domains which has some .gov links. This domain was previously spammed. Can I still use it for a 301 redirect? For a 301 redirect, I would avoid in such a case. But if the spammy links are down and there is no manual penalty, test that domain with a few test articles, as I said, which is relevant to your niche. Slowly convert that into a a website which is relevant to your niche, and then if you see that it is getting consistent traction, and if it was spammed previously, I'd say at least check it for 6 months or something, if it is maintaining its rankings or not. If it is maintaining it, feel free to 301 it, but I would say don't 301 it, just create a parallel site on that domain. As long as it works, do a churn and burn.
Yeah, and I will advise you, like, don't go to 301 way, because usually bloggers do this. Like, if they are not ranking, they just, buy expired domain and they just do the redirection, because that domain having like educational links or government link or like link from Forbes, even, so try to do, buy good domains. Don't just do redirections, because redirection is really one of the, I will say, luck by chance method. If you will get rank, or otherwise your site might be, got spammed.
Yes, and you really want to make sure that the domain is worth the redirect. As I said earlier, it should have that link
Yeah,
profile,
exactly.
that powerful link profile, before you even think about it. And what do most SEOs do? If most SEOs do that, please don't do it. If everybody is redirecting another unrelated site to their money site for some time, doing a churn and burn, don't do that. If you want to do churn and burn, go ahead and do it. But if you want to work for the long term, like me, don't do that. Okay, Viral Panda is asking, if you 301, do you 301 it to the main URL homepage or inner pages? Um, Sumit has this acquisition strategy or something which he calls it, and that is working really well, as per his case studies which I have read. What he does is he works on that domain. That domain keeps getting traffic, and then he redirects it to, for example, when New York Times bought the Wirecutter. The Wirecutter was an individual site for a long time, until they just redirected it to nytimes.com/ the Wirecutter. So that is a natural acquisition strategy which you can follow. You say that, okay, I bought this XYZ domain and I am the owner of ABC. XYZ domain was doing really well already. I bought it, and now I want to merge it with abc.com, which is a relevant site on its own. So xyz.com now becomes abc.com/xyz, and let it function uh, as an individual site inside your new domain. I hope
Yeah,
that
right.
makes
So
sense.
just, yeah, simply like, create content about that domain which you are planning to redirect, and take link from that content, that will be, I will say, safer than directly redirecting a domain to home page.
Or let's say, for example, one of your websites has a specific page which had a lot of links. Okay, not the whole domain, the root domain. Let's say a specific page had a lot of links. Just redirect that page to your money site if you want to redirect something, and that is a lower risk, and it can act as a more natural thing to do.
Yeah, go for such methods.
Okay, Suman is saying how to sell domains fast and how can we find the domain value. Suman, I'm not a domainer. I am an SEO guy who builds niche websites. So, um, selling brandable names is a whole new business, is another vertical, and SEO domains is another vertical. So, mostly if you want to find values of specific domains, I'll say you should follow Manmeet. What's his name, website name? I don't remember exactly, but Manmeet Pal Singh Mahal, I think that's his full name. So he has a very good ebook on his website which you can use to really um evaluate the expired domains which you want to buy and sell.
And what you will suggest for beginners, like if they want to start expired domain hunting, which is like
Mhm.
best free tool and best paid tool?
Best free tool is, of course, expireddomains.net. You can use that, but make sure that you come before everybody else when the domain lists are just updated. And if you are going for a paid tool, go for Spamzilla. It is going to be worth the investment. Which of the premium plugin of Scrapebox is required for automation? I think Faz will answer that
Yeah,
better
actually,
than me.
Yeah, actually, first of all, like you need RDP because expired domain hunting, and just if you want to scrap something, it will take time. Okay. Second thing is you don't have to directly check expired domain. You will have to check if the domain or site is live or not, because that will be a fast process compared to checking expired domain on Scrapbox. Okay. So first you have to check if the site is live or not, and then second you have to check if the domain is available or not. So both plugins are already available in Scrapbox. One plugin is like free, and second one is paid. And like in this Scrapbox, you will easily able to see plugin option, paid option, and you have to pay. So this is like very basic.
Yeah, and if you don't want to buy a scrape box, the SEO VPS which I shared in the article, they have all those tools inbuilt. So most of the tools which you think you will need for scraping expired domains, you will have them already on the VPS. So if you want to save costs over there and still get a VPS that does the job really efficiently, you can get smart SEO VPS.
Yeah.
Okay, Sahil is saying, suppose I found a domain which have a link from has a link from Forbes, Huffington Post, for example, and some other links from some general sites. Is it worth to buy that one? Or a domain with 10, 12 high quality links? Um, I generally won't pay much heed to it because I my standard for expired domains has increased significantly. But when I was starting out, I would go and buy such a domain. If you are just a starter person who wants to get a domain at a budget, because such domains won't sell for very high prices. So let's say you are paying $50 for such a domain, it is worth it. It's way better than getting a new domain, a fresh domain, but it is not anywhere close to all that. So you have to understand the trade-offs and the positives which you are getting.
Yeah, right. So basically, like I said, that it is very difficult for getting domain which got link from Forbes and Huffington, because people are smart, and you know they already have these sites and they have outbound links. They have their own crawls, so you don't even the links which shown in href, there are more than links. Okay, so people are already this type of domains for them. So if the domain is not purchased, it is available to buy, there is something. Try to go for site which is not popular like this, and then you can easily get good expired domains. And minimum go for five or three contextual link, and overall like a referring domain should be like 50 or 30. So this is like minimum criteria for buying domains. Okay.
What about the bad backlinks which your competitors start posting on your site to downgrade? Um, Google says that it has started ignoring the bad backlinks, but to be on the safer side, go and disavow those links. Not a big deal. I don't really care about such things. If you are in a hyper competitive niche like make money online or payday loans or mattresses, that would be a real issue. But for most of the sites, it is not going to be an issue. What is the main difference between a dropped and an expired domain? Yeah, this is a confusing thing for a lot of newbies. So, um, in the understanding the domain life cycle, um, I have this thing. This is the simplest illustration I could have made for this. Okay, so a dropped domain is over here when it has crossed the pending delete stage and it is returned to the registry, and the registry makes it available again. Okay, so that is a dropped and available domain. But an expired domain has a period of 45 plus 30 plus 5 days over here, and this is the period when most of the powerful domains will already be caught. Such domains won't ever go to drop because there's a lot of competition and a lot of automated systems are already in place which keep hunting for such domains. So for a dropped domain, it is going to be very difficult for you to find a good one. So I think that answers the question.
Yeah, and the main thing is like deleted domains. They are, I will say that they are the most, I think, most scrap domains. Like after doing scrapping by some pros, you are getting these domains. And auction domains are like he said that they are one of the expensive domains, and you have to try the middle part, which is like domain which are pending for delete, because that domain is still not for available for auction, as well as not available register. So people still buy these domains which are, you can say that domain is pending and pending for deleting.
Yeah.
Try for that. Okay, so this question is,
Let's say Sahil is saying, let's say I found a good domain, but someone else bought it. And if he haven't used the previous content before expiration, can I use that content for my new domain? Hmm, I have tested it, and it has worked sometimes, but most of the times it hasn't. See, if the content was good enough, the new owner must have used it. Okay, and if he didn't, the chances are that it is not a very good not usually it is not good content. But if that content is good enough and you can add something to that, and then you can use it. I have used it a few times and I have had luck with that, but I don't generally recommend going for that route.
and if like domain having lot of drops and still having good metrics, so what you will suggest in this case?
Firstly, metrics is not important. The backlink profile is okay. If you have links from 2 3 big domains, okay, here the metrics will be inflated very fast. But when you go and see those pages from where the links are coming from, those are some spammy comments or something, some other way the link has been, it is they are not editorial contextual links or something. So if it has a few links, it has been dropped a lot of times, but the overall link profile looks good. Say it has more than 100 referring domains. It has a good dr, it had some traffic in the past, the old drill, okay, then you can go and buy it. If it is not, and if you are getting for a very cheap price, it is worth testing. Otherwise, just don't go for it. What are the strangest things that you have come across in domain or in PBM? So the strangest things which I see that are working every day is that people buy powerful expired domains, they redirect it to some poker site or casino site or a payday loan site, and it still works. I know this is churn and burn, but this is one of the strangest things which I see all the time. That still works.
And then Chinese buying expired on.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't experimented with them extensively, but um, they do work. Okay, what if we disavow? Ramkant Shukla is saying, what if we disavow the bad link of expired domain? Uh, करने के बाद work नहीं किया. I don't exactly get the question, but if you're asking if you want to disavow some links, bad links, um, yeah, it is a good option, but make sure that Google considers that as a bad link. If it doesn't, then there's no use of disavowing such links. So if you have authority links, if you have a good profile and you are getting traffic, just get it. Rachit is asking, what's the minimum RD you see in an expired domain? For beginners, have at least 50 RD, and for easy niches, have at least 100 RD. For me, I have the lowest RDs I have in my expired domains is like 300. Usually they are all above 1,000 RD, but you won't find such domains for at least $2,000-3,000. You won't find a domain below that price. But most of my domains which I prefer buying, they have more than 1,000 RD, 2,000 RD. These are very early authority sites.
Okay, and
Is
like for beginners, they are I think asking mostly like how to create seed list.
Avni, I did share how to create a seed list. Um, you should create a seed list. You should go to this page, okay, detailed.com/all. Let's say you want an expired domain in cryptocurrency, or let's say in the sports or tech niche. Just go to tech niche. You select a domain. Let's say 9 to 5 Mac. Okay, you find all the related domains. Okay, then you see how many outgoing links they have, how many pages they have, all the drill which I said. Okay, it is a DR 40 plus site, 2+ years old, generally 5-10 years old. It has more than 100 pages, more than 500 RD, that is referring domains. And you create such a seed list. Okay, you create a list of such websites, then you manually go and check out, let's say, you put them in Site Explorer, and then you check out if they have a lot of outgoing links, a linked domains. So it has 3,000 linked domains. Okay, we just go and see if it has any broken links. A lot of sites won't have any broken links at all, but when it has some broken links, you can either export this list, or you can just go and crawl it all by yourself. It is If it is a, say, less than 5,000 pages, you can go and crawl it directly, or if you want, you can put this URL, sorry, you can put this in Google. Let's say you are applying some date filters. uh, the domain is from the pages are from 2015 to 2018. Okay, these are, sorry, it is 28, sorry, 2018. You have all the pages from this domain which have been published in this date range. So at this point of time, it is highly probable that some of the links on these pages are already dead. So you just go and you can use you can this is what you can do. You can use Ahrefs, this thing, okay, and you can export all the results directly from over here. For that, you will have to go into tools, okay, sorry, search settings, and then you will have to make the results per page to 100. Okay, it is going to be slower. Make sure you are logged in, and then you save changes. It will ask me for a captcha check most of the times. So you have 100 pages. Okay, yeah. Just a minute. Results per page is 100. You save them. You can use the same thing with Scrapebox. You can scrape all the URLs directly. Okay, you have all the pages. You can export it directly from over here, Ahrefs toolbar, or you can use any other tool. We have 400 pages, and then we'll use Zenu or something to go and crawl, or Scrapebox itself to crawl all these uh, pages and find out if they are linking to an expired domain or not. I think that answers the question. If I had redirected an expired domain 2030 links to my fresh domain, should I remove the 301s as it is not that much powerful? Mm, I haven't tested this personally, but logically, I'd say that um, you should remove the 301s. Doesn't really matter. Actually, 301s are permanent redirects, so any link juice that had to be passed is already passed. If the expired domain is having DR50 and it is not indexed in Google, should we buy it? TR50, and if it has had a lot of traffic in the past, and that traffic trend declined long time ago, and the for that you will not need to go and check the DNS history as well. Okay, when the domain's ownership was changed, when the hosting was changed, there are a lot of factors which you need to check. Maybe I can show you something. No, it will take a lot of time. You need to go and check when the name servers were changed. Domaintools.com has that thing where which you can use to check the name server changes. And um, what was the question here? Question was at all.
एक मिनट.
Yeah. So if it is DR50, it must have a lot of authority links, and if it is not used for spam in the archive.org, um, it is worth a shot. But a DR50 website will not come cheap. So you need to be extra cautious that it was not spammed. Go apply all the spam checks which I have mentioned, all the checkpoints. And if it still passes that, it is worth a try. Definitely worth it.
Yeah, I think 1 minute. Yeah, I think we are getting some more questions, and for that, I will suggest you guys you can post in a group, because already webinar we have covered almost everything as per my knowledge, and for now you can post in the group,
Yeah, you
and you
can
can also,
go to this URL as well. If you have any
yeah,
questions, just type in the comments. Okay. Where I think you can make a clickable link. You can comment a clickable link in the public
yeah,
section.
which link you are saying?
Expired domains guide from Business ETC.
Mm,
Wait, I'll share it in private
okay.
chat with you.
Yeah, you can post your comment on directly this website, and Prajwal will help you further.
Okay.
Okay.
Do we have any important questions which we are missing?
Yeah, yeah, sure. Avni, you can PM as well.
Okay.
Yeah, and Sahil, I think you have shared a website link, and I think I will able to cross check that website for you, and I will surely check if the domain is worth buying or not.
So Zakir Hussain is asking, can you show us some steps to hunt niche relevant expired domains? um, the seed list method is going to work. You just go and try it out and use Zeno to crawl your seed list. And then one step which a lot of people will miss is they will not check if the domains are available in auctions. Go and check if they are available in auctions. Expired domains .net has that feature that you can see if the domains which you enter in a list, if they are available in auctions or not. So you can try that as well. Aman, I have covered this. If we should use an expired domain which has Chinese or Japanese, if it has extensive Chinese and Japanese links which are not relevant, it means it is spam. Don't get it. If it has related something which is related to the content of the website and is from good domains and are contextual links, go use those domains. No problem. So Ankit is asking, so can I find a powerful domain and redirect another domain to my fresh domain for link authority, as I've already redirected one low quality domain? Ankit, you can do it, but do the chores which I told you. Okay, first post some content and see if the domain is good enough. Okay, don't see redirects are not very natural. Okay, but and especially a lot of redirects. So first make sure that the domain which you are redirecting is has some high link authority. Okay, and once you see some results, do an acquisition strategy redirect. Do you know why Sumit's tool is not working? I think Sumit from Ranks, they are shifting their focus from tools to something else. They are working on SaaS, which is Dukan. They got a lot of funding, I think $6 million or something, and they have their focus somewhere else. I'm not exactly sure. You have to confirm that with Sumit, but it was a great tool nonetheless. Zakir Hussain is asking, what do you recommend, drop domains or auction domains? Auction domains anytime, Zakir, because auction domains are going to be the most powerful ones. The most powerful domains which I have were acquired from auctions. Drop domains are good as well, but they are definitely the leftovers most of the time after the auctions. Do we have any other questions?
No, I think that's it.
Sam, yes, I will share the link. I'm not in that group, I guess, SEO Talkers group, but I'll share it over there. Um, I am doing this webinar for the second time. The last webinar I did was back in 2017, but there's a Facebook group called Noober where we do a lot of webinars. Um, the primary language is Hindi most of the time. So if you are outside India and don't know Hindi, it might not be very useful for you. But if you know Hindi, you should join facebook.com/group/n00per. The link is in the comments. So you should join that group. There are a lot of free webinars that we have all the time. A lot of blogging professional people are guiding people for free over there, and that was one of the motivations why I'm doing this webinar as well. Okay, what do you think about the middleman redirection method? Sam, if this is some technique from some other pro, I don't know exactly. If you can explain what is the middleman redirection method, then I'll be in a better state to guide you whether it is the right thing to do. I don't recommend redirection in the first place. I build sites directly on the expired domains. As beginners, Avni is saying, as beginners, what do you suggest for auction domain, drop domain, or an expired domain? Avni, if you can afford auction domains, just go and get a good auction domain. But as a beginner, most of the time you will not have the skills to really find and spam check the domains properly. So if you have a budget and if you can stretch it a bit, go get it from what is surf names and domain coaster, SEO domains, or people who are doing the job for you already. Just go and do that. Don't take the risk. Zakir Hussain, what are your views on domains which authority backlinks dropped because domain was not live? A lot of times that happens, but the link juice is actually deteriorated, but it is still worth it a lot of times because there will be still a lot of links which are live. Spamzilla versus Domcop. I think Domcop is cheaper. I haven't used both of the tools in a long time, but Domcop was a lot better previously, but Spamzilla has taken over in terms of features and what it brings to the table and the ease of use.
And actually, at one time, you will avoid using, tools when you have your own custom stuff.
Yes, because all these things, it is a public thing. It what I see is what you see, and again, you are competing with a lot of people who are doing the same thing. So,
And one more thing
yeah,
is there, like Spamzilla actually is already available on Flickover. So when you are buying Flickover, you get Spamzilla for free, and you have to pay something like 1,200 rupees for that. So that is like cheap option available right now in the market.
are you working on news site? No, Beast Virus. I don't do any uh, short-term stuff. I focus on long-term building, and auto blogging is not something I do, or if I'd say it's not something which I'll recommend you do as well, because making money today and failing miserably tomorrow is not something you want actually in the long run. In the short term, it looks really cool and classy to see, okay, I made 1,000 posts and I'm making 10, 20, $100 per day on autopilot, but it is not sustainable. A lot of websites like bestreviews.com or bestreviews.guide, they started as auto blogging websites, but when they got the ranking and they got the ranking, they actually replaced the auto blogging stuff with real content. So that if you want to take that route, you can, but I don't recommend it recommending doing it, because Google is a $1 billion company, okay, reaching $1 trillion almost in evaluation. So the world's smartest people are working there, and okay, we might be smart today, but we'll be the fools tomorrow if you just we are just trying to find some other loophole
And do you
and not
do
bringing value.
you are Prajjwal, you are doing anything like by doing any filtering, like if this domain was a news site or not?
Pardon?
Like you do any type of scrapping that include that if the domain was news site or not?
Can you explain the question?
So for example, like if expired domain, okay, if the
Hmm.
domain is expired but it was a news site or not, like you check that. For example,
I'm
if
not
site,
exactly getting.
I'm saying like if news site is expired, right?
Hmm.
So you check that if news site is expired or not, because there are news sites in expired domains are also news site, which is Google News approved site.
Mm, I don't
So
know
you,
anything
okay.
about.
So
I
basically,
usually,
like,
whenever I am getting a fresh domain, when I'm getting a new domain, I see the historical referring domains graph. That gives me
right.
an idea if it was an expired domain or not, and if it has some organic traffic. That is my way of checking stuff.
So basically,
Regarding news
actually,
site,
yes,
uh,
yes, news sites.
um, see, I'm not sure about news sites because I don't work on news sites, and As far as I know, Google is not including new websites, a lot of new websites
Exactly.
in Google News. So it is highly unlikely that a domain which is Google News approved will expire. One thing which I have found out is that a lot of expired domains which I bought, they got a lot of clicks from Google Discover. Okay, that is the thing which the source of traffic where people using Google apps like Chrome or something, they get the
Right.
feed of. And if you have clickbaity titles and you get a good CTR, you can uh, have a grip on Google Discover as well.
And like I just want to mention here for people who are building their own tools. Okay, so for example, if you check, for example, if in the tool you can check if the domain is Google index or not, then you can also check in the news.google section if the domain is available here or not. Because if the domain is showing in the Google News section, then it is
Hmm.
Google News approves expired domain. So that is for, I think, development part, because you can't really manually check, a lot of domains. So that you
Yeah.
have to do through automation. So this is just a tip.
Yeah, when I bought Business etc, a lot of pages were in Google News news section, but I removed all those pages
And
eventually.
one more thing is there actually in the Google News section. I think almost all domains are nowadays they are showing in Google News, but there is Google News approved different Google site to check that if the domain was Google News or not, because that is also one myth, I think.
I'm not into news websites, so I don't have
No, actually,
much
I am
say in
saying
this.
what if someone is doing this scrapping, then they will able to understand what I am saying about Google News, because people just search in Google and then they go to news section and they think that the site is Google News, but that is not, or that you have to check differently.
Hmm.
Someone is
So,
asking what technology of that custom tools.
Avni, a lot of times I'm not a very good coder, so I am not the best person to answer it. But a lot of automation, like they maybe use Selenium and a lot of other things. Python was used most of the time, and Node.js was used on a lot of things as well, because Node.js gives you asynchronous, uh, more efficient asynchronous tasks.
Basically, if you are doing a regular scrapping using Scrapbox and other tools, you will, slowly you will able to understand that what tool is doing and how they are working.
And you
And
don't need
sometimes
to
you
go out
will
and build your custom
quickly.
tool right away. You just go and start using other tools. You see what things are, how things are working, how you are able to find good domains. Go create your mental model of how you are finding those domains. Once you have that mental model, you can go hire a developer or become a developer yourself to create such a thing.
Yeah, just spend like 1 hour a day on finding domains on daily basis, and just by practicing you will able to get good domains.
Yeah. So Sudeep Kumar has a question. So can you give an idea about your expired domain finding setup and how much it costed? Sudeep, I'll not like to share a lot about it, but the thing is, you don't need to care about it actually. Let's say you are buying one or two expired domains in a month. At that level, it is not very cost effective to go and set up your own domaining automated systems. But let's say you are buying one, two domains every day, okay, or let's say five domains a week. So at that point of time, you really need efficient automation. Anything before that, it is not worth the money or time you invest into it. So right now, if you want to really understand the setup, an average setup which should cost, you should go get a VPS at 20 $30 per month. And if you are doing it if you are a hardcore user, a $40 per month VPS. And you generally won't need a $40 per month VPS. Go get a $20 $30 per month VPS, and you will have all the tools already over there. You just need to get AH steps, okay, Moz API is going to help you a lot, and just that is enough for you initially. And if you want to get a tool like Spamzilla or something, go get it. That is the only cost which you need in the beginning. Besides, obviously, paying for the expired domain, $500, $1,000 or something. These are the recurring costs which I told you.
Yeah, actually, the main cost is to check metrics of Href. I think Href alone cost you $250 a month. So that
Yeah,
is again, how you want to spend your money. You have that
and we
much
are
time, or you want to buy one domain, and just for one domain you are spending this amount of money. That is not worth it.
you're buying just one domain. Go get it from a broker who has
Yeah,
an expertise, say subnames, domain coaster or anything, SEODN.
Zakir send
Will
any
you
questions.
buy which a domain which is 30 and directed to another? Yeah, Zakir, I covered this. You can buy it if I have I have created websites on those things. How much time it takes to rank expired domain? Prashant, it really depends. Um, some domains, like the example, the most recent thing which we did with one of the person who was in touch with me, and I was guiding him. He got results within 1.5 weeks, and really good results. And he was impatient to really redirect that domain to his money site. But I told him just to wait for 45 days at least and see where the trend goes. So it really depends. For some domains, it takes 3 months. For some, it takes really 8, 10 months to really to see the power of the expired domain links kick in. So it depends. Avni is saying, Faiz and Prajjwal, can I work under you or to understand? I'm not really sure if I am hiring anybody right now, but get in touch, okay? Faiz and I will discuss about it. Okay, so we are 2 hours, 8 minutes into it, and I think we have covered a lot of things. I hope a lot of the beginner doubts are cleared, because I wish somebody told me all these things when I was just starting out. I wouldn't have wasted so much of my time in trying to figure out things and wasting so much money on useless expired domains. So I wish you all the best for getting good expired domains and really kicking it in your SEO.
And thank you very much, Prajwal, for your time
Yeah,
and your patience
the pleasure is mine.
answering all
I
these
just want to
questions.
see, I just want to see results from people. 6, 10 months down the line, I want to see that, okay, I followed this webinar and I really achieved something. I want some action from the audience. A lot of people, 50 people are still watching it. I think we had 100 people watching it when I checked last. So amongst these 50 people, I want at least 10 people to get really good results with expired domains. So
Yeah, you
um,
guys just do one thing, like share your case studies on group, and I will personally try to give you good expired domain, because usually I just do expired domain for fun on daily basis. So I might give you some domains for just for your effort that you are putting in the group, and by sharing case studies,
exactly.
because
So
ultimate goal is to exchange the knowledge and experiments which you are doing with your domains that I might
yeah,
be not able to untap.
exactly. We want to see results. We want to see you all grow to at least say $1,000 a month or something for your sites. And once you reach that level, everything else starts after that. So if you are watching this webinar and you're not making $1,000 per month with your niche site, you really need to go get a good expired domain, put in good content, and 10 months, 12 months down the line, let's meet again and see what you have done.
Sure, and next webinar I will be able to see if you guys are interested in PBN building. All right. So
Yeah,
now you know how to scrap domain, and next you will be able to use for PBNs.
yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that's it. And thank you very much everyone for joining.
Yeah, be sure
Thank
to join the Telegram group. Okay, it's at the end of the post, expired domains guide. I'll share some things over there, and I'll see and take continuous feedback from you all. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
we should
Good
wrap
night.
up. Yeah. Good night. I think that's it. Thanks a lot for attending the webinar. Um, have a great journey with expired domains.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.